Big positive update on Leny Yoro, the situation with Manchester United and Real Madrid. This morning I talked about Real Madrid with a charm offensive, and I just went into old United mode. I kind of forgot that, you know what? This is actually the new Manchester United, and United have just said, no, we've got a bid in place. We're confident we're going to get this guy. I'm going to give you the updates and everything that's going on there as well. Sancho updates as well. Other things coming in. Believe it or not, Omar Barada, that's gone under the radar. He starts officially tomorrow as well, guys. So interesting what he's going to bring to the table as well. And the Sancho Chiesa saga, I just mentioned Sancho, then Ten Hag actually considering this right now. Reports from the Italian side of things as well there, amongst all other news. Matthijs de Ligt done, according to some people as well now. Monday, possibly. We'll talk about that. We'll get your input. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the show. Please give the video a like. Let's see if we can get up to 1,000 likes on the video today. There you go. That's madness, innit? I know it's crazy saying that, but I think you guys have got it in you. That's your target. Let's go. Make sure that you are a part of all Manchester United news by subscribing to the channel as well. Thank you. I'm Adam. Welcome along. Let's get into what is actually going on. Make sure you get all your comments in the comment section, guys, in the live section. And then if I miss your comment, you think that it needs talking about, you get it in the comment section when the video finishes, because I'll come back to all of them. I've been sieving through all of this morning's comments, and they've been some really important ones, actually. Some great points from a lot of people regarding the Casemiro situation. I want to do that again today on this show, so make sure that you get all of your input and all of your thoughts on everything going on at United and what we're talking about today in the comments afterwards as well. So, into the news we go. We dive straight in with Leny Yoro, the updates on the Manchester United situation with him and what's going on. Sky have been doing a lot of reports on this one as well. By the way, I've got Branthwaite and Cardolo updates coming in as well. More defensive reinforcements for Manchester United. There is actually a debate going on whether United are actually going to put a bid in for Branthwaite, even with the Leny Yoro situation still going on. We'll talk about all of that. As always, there's a ton of stuff to get through. So let's get starting with everything. Looks like Zirkzee's getting a number 9 shirt as well. Crazy, eh? Yes, I know. But yeah, Manchester United are not ready to give up on Leny Yoro, despite his preference being a move to Real Madrid. Leo would prefer for Yoro to move to Old Trafford, as United have met their 42 million asking price, whereas Real are not yet a match, have not been able to match that offer. Basically, we know that Real Madrid cannot afford to buy Leny Yoro this season. Their financial setup, their financial fair play, everything that's in place for them right now and what they've already spent and committed to takes them out of the equation completely. They cannot afford Leny Yoro. They're never going to be able to meet the asking price. We know that. That's where we're at right now. They are basically trying to convince Leny Yoro to just stay at Lille for another season. That's their whole convincing story. But there are reports from the Spanish side of things that Madrid are now looking at alternatives at centre-back for next season as well. So there is obviously movement behind the scenes with Manchester United. Leny Yoro has been in communication with both clubs. We talked this morning about Madrid's side of things and what they're offering. It's now looking like Leny Yoro is giving serious consideration to Manchester United simply because he isn't going to play at Real Madrid. Does he want to be that player that just falls off the radar? Like everybody that's had that attention from Real Madrid, everybody who has been lured in by that draw of Real Madrid has gone for it. And not all of them have come out. Like, the success stories are great, and you can see Real Madrid and all the trophies that they've won. That's fantastic. It's brilliant, yes. But how many players are sat on the bench constantly at Real Madrid? How many players actually go there and never get a chance to develop because they can never get enough game time, and they just fall by the wayside? The next big thing comes around, and Real Madrid are all over it. Leny Yoro looking at this is looking at Madrid and going, in my eyes, I feel like he's saying, look, it's fantastic to be part of Real Madrid, but realistically, do I want to be hanging around for 2 years, not actually playing football? You could argue that Manchester United would have a way to go to convince him that he's going to get game time as well if we continue negotiations with De Ligt and Branthwaite as well. So, yeah, I can understand that side of it, but I feel that's what United will have to do. I think if United know that he wants to go to Madrid, they're going to have to offer him a little bit more. Like what Dortmund do with their players. Like what RB Leipzig do. Like, you will get this chance to develop here. This is the place to be for a young player right now. Develop here, become the best defender, and then maybe down the line we can relook at everything again. Is he worried, on the other hand, that Real Madrid will go out and find another defender and then he's never going to get his chance? It's a big decision for him. But United are confident, and the noise is coming out that they are confident that they can still get Leny Yoro. And the reason why it is dragging on so long is because Leny Yoro has actually started to really consider Manchester United even more than what he was before. Like, if you was hell-bent on Real Madrid, it would be a straight no. But the fact now is that he hasn't come out and said it either way. All of a sudden, leads into thinking that he has had communication with United. He has now had his head turned by the football club. And you know what? With everyone that's in place at Manchester United, Omar Barada coming in as well now, it's looking like a very happy camp. The academy, the development, you can sell the infrastructure and everything about Manchester United's youth development set up at the football club, the legends that have come through at Manchester United, and say, look, there we go. We've done it with European players, we've done it with homegrown players, and now's your chance to be part of that. He still could go to Madrid. let's just be real. 100%, he could still end up at Real Madrid. But the word coming out of these whole negotiations now, it's going from Sky, other articles that I've read and other people have listened to talking about this situation, and Romano himself as well. It's like Manchester United, they're not messing around with this deal at all. This isn't a scare tactic that some people thought it would be for Gerard Branthwaite. The money's in, the money's official. They want Leny Yoro in at Manchester United, and they are doing everything in their power to get the man to the football club. That's 100% facts from Manchester United right now. They want him in and want him part of Manchester United. It will be a very similar contract offer. Look, there's 6 years guaranteed at Manchester United. This is the offers that they're giving their young players now. 5 with an option for a 6, like Joshua Zirkzee. They are getting full commitment from Ineos and Manchester United now, and that's what's on the table. His representatives are going, there's no guarantees at Real Madrid. There is definitely more of a guarantee at Manchester United. We've seen how players' contracts are honoured. We've seen how players have come to Manchester United, I feel, because they feel like they've got a better chance being a younger player. You only have to look at how Manchester United approached Garnacho. Slightly different because he was brought into the youth setup, but you've got to look at that and go, look, Garnacho loves Real Madrid, but he's gone to United. He's gone to United to develop. He's been made at Manchester United. You've got Ruud van Nistelrooy there at Manchester United now. Ronaldo. Some of the best players on the planet have gone from United to Real Madrid. Like, 2 of the biggest there in Ruud and Ronaldo. And he's probably going to get endorsements from Ruud van Nistelrooy. I'm sure part of Ruud's job as well will be communicating with players like this and just saying, look, there is always that chance, like, honour your contract and then see where you're at. You're still not even going to be in your mid-bleeding 20s after a 6-year contract, for God's sake. There's time and you can develop better at Manchester United. You're not going to be playing in the next 2 years if you go to Real Madrid. I think that is where we're at with it. I do. Because you look at Tchouaméni, you look at Camavinga, the brightest young French midfielders on the planet, can't get guaranteed game time at Real Madrid. That's what you've also got to look at. Yes, it's great. You'll get a certain amount of appearances here and there, but are you going to be able to develop even more at Real Madrid? Of course, I don't even want to even disrespect Real Madrid in saying that, and I don't mean it that way. I'm just looking at it from an 18-year-old's perspective. What suits him better at this stage right now? United feel really confident in this. And do you know what? In a way, you can't really blame them. You can't blame them because they've had that bid accepted. And this is, like I said this morning, I was put off a little bit. It seems to be when I wake up in the morning with a Yoro situation and I go from the 8 o'clock to the 12 o'clock show, I'm thinking, I'm like 2 different people. I have time to think about what I've spoken about in the morning. And I go, and I'm on convincing myself then that, no, there's more to this. There's more to this. And then more reports have come out and I'm thinking, the old United would have just given up and bent over for Real Madrid like we always did. I know we took him for a ride with Ronaldo, and obviously we deliberately ballsed up the fax machine with David De Gea, but usually they always won, and they always do win, don't they, Real Madrid? But this is a different Manchester United now. You know, even if it gets to the stage where Yoro just comes out and says, look, I want to go to Real Madrid, at least United have asked the question. At least United have been in the reckoning. At least United have actually challenged Real Madrid and actually been in the fight. This, I feel, works well for United in the future as well, because it helps clubs going forward. Like, when United get back into the Champions League, can you imagine, like, the next young talent coming through? And then you've got the history of United just approaching Lille and going, there's 42 million for your play. There's your asking price. We're not messing around. Full respect mode. Negotiations. Perfect. Let's move on. That goes down well for the future as well with Manchester United. So, yeah, I feel like in this situation now, it's also future-proofing as well for when we go back into the market later on. There is a poll up right now. Over 500 of you voted in it already. If you're catching up later and you've not seen the show, then you want to get involved in the poll. Then if you're 18 years old, if you're an 18-year-old Yoro, where are you going? What best fits you? United, Madrid, or stay at Lille? The poll is 7% at Lille, Madrid 27%, and 66% say go to United. Of course, we're a bit biased in this poll. We're going to end that one now, and we'll get another one up in a minute. Quickly into the chat we go. Mark Lambridge, 6 months a member, legend at the top membership as well, mate. There, love that. Adam, if I was Yoro, I would sign for United and get 40 million for his club, but ask for 2 release clauses. First clause, 100 million. Buyout, second clause, a Real Madrid clause after 4 years for X amount. See, all of this can be negotiated in. And I think all of this will probably be being discussed by Manchester United. Look, if they can get a young centre-half in at the price they want, that they've already agreed to, and they could have him for, say, 4 or 5 years. I know that doesn't sound ideal, and it's like we're sounding like a feeder club and all of that, but realistically, this is a business as well, and to prosper and move forward, you do need to safeguard your investments as well and your assets in the players. United haven't done this before, and this is why we've fallen behind. Players are just coming on stupid wages with no future, and we've not had anything to sell on. This could be looked at as an investment by Manchester United, and this is why I think we're still looking at bleeding Jarrad Branthwaite as well. And then I'm asking the question, like, where's the bleeding money coming from? And we'll talk about that again in a minute now. But yeah, cheers for that, Mark. Appreciate that. Boxing says, I don't want anyone that got replaced by Eric Dyer. Simple as that. Waste of money. Going on delete, I think you are there, mate. Yep. New poll is up. Which centre-back best partners Lisandro Martinez? There you go. Branthwaite, De Ligt, or Yoro? Who best suits Martinez's game? Don't think of the player. Think of the actual partnership. I think that's how United have to look at this as well. So let me know on that. Get involved in that poll. I think that's a good one, that. Hi guys, not been on for a while. Looks like things are happening. Yes, block N2410. Things are definitely moving. Lee says Branthwaite could possibly play at right back if needed, especially if Spider-Man moves on. Interesting point again on that one. Moving into that conversation shortly. He needs to think about his career first, says Michael. Yoro should come to United. This is a new era for the club. Edwin says, I think they'll be selling him that as well, definitely. Altios says, I reckon he'll think about the 300k a week we are paying him first. We're not paying anyone 300k a week, Altios. I don't know who you're talking about there, mate. Elaine says, if Nacho stayed at Madrid, we would have a better chance, but Madrid needs a body at centre-back. He's not going to play. They can't bring him in this summer, mate. So that's where we're at with it. They're the facts right now. They cannot, and the reason United are in the reckoning is because Madrid cannot bring Yoro in this summer. That's the only reason we're in the reckoning. Otherwise, this deal wouldn't have even been worth negotiating or even getting involved in. You think bringing in 2 centre-back to go with Martinez is enough to get Maguire to think he should be going elsewhere this time? Decent fee, high wages on Maguire. I think we are trying to push defenders out by bringing defenders in, personally. I think that's the way Man United are looking at it. I think Maguire and Lindelof both need to be moved on. And I think if we do get rid of both of them, I think we can scrape together maybe 30 million. And like we were discussing yesterday, Zirkzee isn't costing United 42 million up front. It's costing us 12 million in 3-year instalments. You could easily do that for 2 more centre-backs and a couple more players. If you're bringing in the likes of 30 million for Maguire and Lindelof, maybe even add another 20, 15 for Wan-Bissaka, 15 for Palestra, scrape together 5 for Hannibal, Sancho and Greenwood and their deals as well, and then you add Casemiro to that as well. You understand where I'm going, and you understand that it opens up many, many scenarios for Manchester United. There is, I think Kaz just sent me the news I was talking about this morning as well. A few more people have jumped onto this one. Manchester United are looking into Jerry Simmons. Honestly, I think that's a no-go again. I don't want to go near it because I don't want to start talking about something that really isn't going to happen. I don't think it will do. And I think United have already got players in that department. I think people are linking everyone to Manchester United again. It's that stage of the pre-season where every agent puts a player to Manchester United because it just bumps up the price and gets everyone talking about it. Adam, he won't join Madrid, says Glenn. I hope you're right, Glenn. I really do hope you're right. Everyone is a feeder club for Madrid. Bringing in Yoro and training him up gives us a great blueprint for future youngsters. You got Roz, got a point. You have to look at the reality of the situation. To get this player in, there has to be some sacrifice. And if you want him, you're hell-bent on getting him, and you want this player in, and he's going to maybe be at the club for 3 or 4 years, then, yeah, you're going to earn a fortune off him later on and get 4 good years out of him. Business sense, 100%. I think it just makes that. It does. Berardo would completely champion this move. I guarantee it. And like we said, Berardo starts his role at Manchester United as the new CEO tomorrow. Complete, done, everything in place. This is a signing that he would definitely rub a stamp off because it works on so many ways. It's cheap wages. It's a player that can help Manchester United, develop Manchester United, and then help Manchester United financially in the future because you've already got big clubs that want him. You have to look at this in the model of the football finance side of things as well. And it sounds stupid. It sounds ridiculous. We've heard that Ineos are all on board with the football comes first side of things. Well, football is coming first, and then football finance comes second. We can get something off Yoro later down the line, and then football comes first again because they reinvest that money back into the football club. Gets United running in the bleeding black again instead of the red. And it's very, very clever, I think, from United to actually see this opportunity with Yoro, knowing, and they would have done the research. The people at United now would have known that Real Madrid were all over this. They know he's got 1 year left. He's attracting attention from everywhere, Leny Yoro. And Manchester United have just taken an opportunity here and just gone for it. And credit to the club. They really have messed things up for Real Madrid here. And there is a serious consideration that he is going to go to United now because Madrid are looking at alternatives as well, just in case. They know they'll get the player further down the line, I think, Madrid, in all of this. And like Mark said before, there probably will be a release clause or some form of release clause if a certain amount comes in, especially from Real Madrid or something like that. There has to be something in there. It's just sacrifices that need to be made. Creeping up to the 200 like mark, guys. Thank you. You know your target is 1,000 for this video. Sounds crazy where we're at right now, doesn't it? But we're early in the show. Let's get as many live ones in as possible before the video goes out onto YouTube later on as well. I'm confident we can do it. We have over 1,000, well over 1,000 in the room with us. Thank you for joining us this lunchtime, guys. We've just covered Leny Yoro. I now want to move forward with Matthijs de Ligt as well because it was announced before that Zirkzee is in the house. Everything is pretty much, everything is going on and everything is near enough signed, sealed and delivered, including the sell-on clause to Bayern Munich. 17 million quid approximately from reports that Bayern Munich are now getting in place. Paulinho is settled, done, finished. So is Elise. They've got the money off the Zirkzee deal, Bayern Munich. They're ready to move forward with negotiations for Matthijs de Ligt now and get that other money, and that's them pretty much covered for what they've done. They're now looking at other targets as well, so let's go forward with that. And some people are even saying, there are reports that Matthijs de Ligt could be done as soon as Monday. Some are even saying that it could actually be done this weekend if United really want to move quick, because de Ligt is holding out before he goes away as well. So he wants, like Zirkzee, to be in, done, and then go and get his break get his post-season holiday in and be fully rested to come back. And that's what it is right now. United pushing forward to try and get everything finalised so they can get De Ligt in, get everything done, and then you're looking at him coming back probably just after the players return after the American tour. Romano has said that this is moving very, very quickly as well on the De Ligt side of things now. The conversations yesterday were that the fee between Bayern Munich and Manchester United was almost done and in place. I think now that Zirkzee's out of the way, it benefits both United and Bayern Munich. Obviously, like we just said, Bayern Munich with their extra fee and sell-on clause, United with the player in place, move on to the next one, fully concentrate on getting De Ligt through the door now. Interesting to see where you're at with the poll, because we're talking Yoro, we're talking De Ligt, and we're talking Branthwaite. I put the question up in the poll. Nearly 500 have voted on that. Thank you, guys. Keep the votes coming in on that one, everyone. Branthwaite, which centre-back best partners Martinez next season? Branthwaite, De Ligt, Yoro. De Ligt's got 55%. And there's a lot more people bigging up Yoro and coming in as a player. Do we actually accept that De Ligt actually works better as a two? And the other two are good young prospect individuals. Is it that De Ligt's actually got a bit more experience which is pushing you that way in the poll? I'd love to know. If you can just back up your comments and everything like that in the comment section, please let me know how you're thinking with that one as well. And make sure you get that comment in as well. That's the one I'm going to be pushing in the comment section after the live is finished. So when the video goes up on YouTube after live, that's what I'm going to be pushing more with you guys wanting a response from that, please, if you can. Adibi says, United, I want to get Ugarte, De Ligt, Dani Olmo and Yoro, Alpa, Yilmaz, Gutierrez, Kadoglu to United is better for next season. Jesus, mate, what game are you playing there? I wish we could. Barbara says, I still maintain that Yoro is too young to go to Real Madrid, but should come to us for a few years, then move on. I hope he is not a big head. Had enough of them. He doesn't seem it, does he? Although I'm guessing. I don't know enough about him. I'm just sort of like looking at him. And the positive I take, I said this morning, United need to call Lille and Real Madrid out now and Yoro and say, look, give us a decision. We need to know now. The positive I'm taking out of this break is that if he was all in on Madrid, he wouldn't have taken this long to say no to Manchester United. So the longer, in a way, it goes on, the more positive it is for United, because it means he's giving serious consideration to the move. 1,200 people in the room with us right now. Thank you, everybody. Legends, a lot of you. Make sure you keep them likes coming in. Make sure if you are tuning in for the first time, over 50% of you are not subscribed on my viewing count. So let's hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the United updates that are coming up. I'm all over it. So I am doing a watch-along on Monday as well for the first friendly in pre-season against Rosenborg. Kicking off at 5 o'clock. We're live from 4:30 on Tifo. One of the mods will pop the link in the chat right now for you guys who have not already joined us on that platform. That's where we're doing all our watch-alongs this season. Completely free, dead easy. The link will be up in the chat soon. Gavin says, surely it's tapping up from Real for Yoro. Can't see how they've been given permission to speak to him. Honestly, Madrid, like I said this morning, do what they want. Madrid do Madrid things. They feel like they've got power and they just go for whatever they want to do. That's just what it is. What we did with PK, we could do with Yoro as well, says Mark. Yeah, PK was very similar, although we brought him through the academy more, but always had that dream of going back to Barcelona. We could easily do it, but maybe get more out of him, I feel. Definitely get more out of that situation. A gifted membership from Tom Porter. Thank you, Tom. And that's gone to You Got Raws. Brilliant one to get that after the super chats that you've been putting in. Appreciate it. Grace says, how will we set up next season? Grace, honestly, I could not tell you. I could not tell you right now. It's up in the air. It could be anything. It could be anything going into next season. But De Ligt looks very good for United. That, honestly, from all of the noises, everyone who's talking, everyone that I've dug into and read up on articles from both sides, Dutch media, German media, the British media, Romano, all of the main protagonists on social media, agent-wise and everything like that, they're all on exactly the same page, which means one thing. De Ligt to Manchester United is the next here we go. Could be this weekend, more than likely Monday, although United are on tour. So we're actually in Norway. So that could be the only thing that sort of delays it at all. I don't know if that is going to delay it. Does Ten Hag need to be around? We got a here we go yesterday for Zirkzee. He's in the building today. It could happen the same way on Monday, and then we move forward onto the Tuesday. You know what I mean by that. It just moves that way, doesn't it? Onto more news. And again, in the defensive department, Manchester United regarding Mr Branthwaite. Now, Jarrad Branthwaite, according to Sky, Manchester United are discussing whether to try again for the Everton defender. Jarrad Branthwaite, having had 2 bids rejected. Everton turned down the latest offer, thought to be in the region of 50 million with add-ons earlier this month, even though they are still pursuing Leny Yoro. It's like we're not being put off on either defender. It's weird, because I just don't envision United buying 3 centre-backs. You would have to sell both Maguire and Lindelof for this to happen. I only thought one of them was going to go. And I would be blown away, completely blown away, if we end up selling Maguire and Lindelof and bringing in 3 centre-backs. I mean, you could look at that and go, if Yoro is going to go in 3 or 4 years, then at least you've got Branthwaite, De Ligt, Martinez still there under 30, comfortably under 30, and still playing. And you can invest again, and we'll be in a miles better financial position by then, hopefully, if things start working on the pitch. Kadoglu as well from Fenerbahce. We spoke yesterday about Mourinho not being happy about this, but again, more talks are saying that Manchester United are going to be approaching talks with Kadoglu, because left back, right back, I think we will look at 1 full back from either side. I think we'll only get 1, because I just don't think we can do this much in one summer. Kadoglu is he's very good. There's no release clause for him. He's more than affordable. He's the right age. I've talked about him and did the video on him the other day. If you need to go back and watch that one and all the details on what he actually is. It's just that I always had that horrible feeling, and then the news came up that I expected, which was that Mourinho in his first season is not going to go for that. So, yes. Looking at it, no, I just don't see it happening. As much as I want it to, I think he's a good player. I just don't see it happening. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. And that's the reports coming out on him. But, yeah, in terms of Branthwaite, Manchester United, even with the Yoro situation going on, are still going to go back in with another bid for Jarrad Branthwaite, which I find pretty wild, to be honest. But, I mean, you guys tell me. 3 centre-backs, is it doable? Can we get that over the line? The link for the watch-along is in the chat right now. I've pinned it. It's the one with Stu, one of the mods up there, guys. Right at the top of the chat. Please click on it. Join the revolution, the TIFO revolution on watch-alongs. Next season, guys, trust me, best experience ever for watch-alongs. I'm going to be doing some of them as well as going to games. As you know my usual setup here on FUTV. We've got plenty of content either side of watch-alongs as well. Mental season ahead for United. Starts on Monday with the watch-alongs. We are live. Rosenborg away. We're doing that one. 5 o'clock kickoff, guys. Make sure that you are logged in. Dead simple, dead straightforward. Log in free. No issues. Come and join the chat. You can get on the video call with me as well, and we can talk United properly. We've been doing it for the Euros, and we're obviously covering the final as well on Sunday. So for England, so that's going to be a stressful one. I'm going to need the United game after that, I think. Okay, Christopher says, back 4 will be Shaw left back when fit, Martinez when fit, rotation of Yoro, De Ligt, Branthwaite. We are only getting 2 of them, then Delo at right back. Christopher doesn't fancy all 3. I'm all right with 2. I mean, 1, we would be stretching at under the old regime. 2, definitely. 3, dreamland. And hello, different ball game altogether. Does it excite you guys, by the way? I didn't get any response on the Omar Barada. completing the new structure of Manchester United and everything being in place at the football club. Omar Berrada starts tomorrow. Excited about that. And like I said before, I think him coming in, he was one of them people that would definitely veto the Yoro bid with the future-proofing side of that deal as well. 100% he would be on board with that one. And yeah, I just feel like right now, Manchester United, with everything that's going on with the centre-backs, Omar Berrada coming in, he can just give that added bit of extra expertise on the situation and go, well, yeah, we're bidding for it, that's fine. And when the decisions come around, we can just walk away. Simple as that. Like, make sure that you've got all of your targets and all your backups in place. I'm sure he'll be saying the same thing. I'm sure that Manchester United wouldn't have bid on any of these players without getting some form of veto from Omar Berrada, though, knowing that he's starting in the middle of July. So communications, I think, would have already been going on with Berrada. And I do think that he will be on top of everything that's happening at United and will be on board with most of these deals that are actually happening right now as well. I'd be buzzing if we got the yes from Yoro and still went and got De Ligt too. We are getting De Ligt, and we are confident of getting Leny Yoro as well. I don't think Lindelof will go to Aston Villa, Glenn. No, we are ahead of other clubs with deals, which is a good point to make. I mean, who else has made a significant buy yet in the Premier League this summer? That has to be looked at as a positive by all Manchester United fans, because we were always waiting forever and a day, weren't we, to get players over the bleeding line. Like, we always seem to be miles behind everybody else. But no, not this time. Not this time. We're actually in a decent position right now. On to other news, moving on to the next, which is Ten Hag giving consideration, and this has come across from the Italian side of things, giving consideration to Chiesa and the swap deal. So we discussed yesterday with Jadon Sancho that Manchester United have offered a loan option with a option to buy, but then an obligation to buy if certain game time and specifics are met in the season for Sancho at Juventus. The news reads, Jadon Sancho could be a loan solution for Juventus with a salary cut, or could enter into an exchange with Federico Chiesa, who has been proposed to Manchester United. Erik Ten Hag has taken time to think about the player. So, really, the noise in the story is that Ten Hag is considering Chiesa in his squad. Where does he fit in? Is it a shortcut through to a player that he thinks he needs down the line? Does he think that he can actually rekindle Chiesa's career? Because let's be honest, it's fallen off a cliff recently. And honestly, I don't think that he would go for. I just don't think Chiesa's a player. He was. I don't want to take a chance on someone actually rekindling his career, or taking a chance on someone that needs actually reviving their career, reviving. I think we need ready-to-go players right now. Yes, he's young. He's 26 still. He's got plenty of time. He could turn out to be an absolute steal for Manchester United, and he could be the place where United actually, where he actually finds himself again. That's all them are possibles with United right now and Chiesa, but it's the unknown again. Like, we are fully invested into the potential signings, really, in Branthwaite, Yoro, zirkzee, young players. Do we have space right now for a player that should be in his prime, that has lost it? Not completely, the odd game, but we need consistency. Should we be bringing a player like that in? Like, the young players you can nurture and bring through. The older players, like the ones that are already there, like Chiesa has been, and have sort of dropped off, like, trying to help them re-find it again. Is that the position that we want to be in as a football club? Not ideally for me. I don't think that's where we should be looking. I do think that there is potential for him. But again, if he came into Manchester United, I'd say, what's the point? Because he's not going to start. He's not going to start, I don't think, above what we've already got. And that's just my honest opinion on that. as good as a player is, it's no point in bringing a player in if you're not going to use him. And that's where we're at with him. Even if you think and you argue the defence of Chiesa from what he had and how good he was, and that could come back again. Yes, and yes. But does he honestly go right into Manchester United's team right now with the form that he's been in and the players that we've already got? No, he does not. So really, we should be saying to Juventus, no, thank you. We don't want your cast-offs. Again, try not to be disrespectful in that. It's just the phrase. But Chiesa is not a player Manchester United need right now, I don't think. And he's not a player that's going to help us, I don't think, either. We've already got our work cut out for us, like I said. So I would say no to Chiesa 100%. The conversation we was having early on about Xavi Simons and Dani Olmo, they're players that I would look at probably more. Dani Olmo would definitely look at for Manchester United. If that was a prospect, I would definitely look into that one. But honestly, I don't think we're going to be going anywhere near Chiesa at all. I just don't think it's right for Manchester United. There's lots of news going around. There's actually a bit of news coming out that I've just seen now regarding Ugarte. So let's move into the Ugarte update on everything. Manchester United have been given a boost in their hopes of completing a deal for Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Manuel Ugarte, thanks to Uruguay's exit from the Copa America. The 23-year-old has been heavily linked with a move to United this summer. PSG are reportedly open to the sale and asking price around 50 million. They lost to Colombia in the semi-final Thursday. That could potentially give United the green light to move on the midfielder. While his nation still does have the third place playoff to play on Sunday when they play Canada, that match doesn't hold the importance of what the final would have, meaning that the player could potentially look to sort out his future earlier rather than later. It's pretty much a nothing story. It was one of them that we already knew about, really, with Ugarte. But that's one that's gone quiet again. I think Ugarte moves communication-wise with United more when Casemiro moves forward, I think. That's what we've got to look at. I don't think we're going to be getting any more updates on Ugarte until we get concrete information now on Casemiro. Boxing Straight Talk says, anyone see the promo video for the new shirt with Anthony? Bok, he's doing his stupid fidget spinner skills. Get that clown out. Is he really? I've not seen it, no. Ramo, welcome to the Members Club, gifted by Tom Potter. Keep your comments coming in, guys. I'm in the chat right now with your thoughts. He's literally statistically better than Garnacho and Rashford based on last season. But does he work in the team? Statistics are one thing in Serie A. Compared to the Premier League, that's where I draw the line, mate. It's a different league altogether. And there are gimme games in Serie A where your stats can go through the roof. Not in the Premier League. You know every game is a nightmare for Manchester United. It's different, and that's that's how I look at it. We can guarantee a huge sum of selling Rashford. No fuss with financial fair play and get signings in all areas. Rashford's not going to leave. I've given up on Rashford going. I've just seen the pictures of him bouncing around and being happy in training again. I'm just going, it's the same as last season with Marcus Rashford again. Smile for the cameras. I'm back. I'm training hard in pre-season. I've been doing extra work here, there, and everywhere. I'm not getting carried away with it at all. Yeah, Rashford's going to be in, and there's nothing we can really do about it. He needs to try and prove to everyone that he wants to be at Manchester United instead of bitching about everything all the time. We need strength index next season. At least 30 first-team players, says Glenn. This is why Branthwaite is worth buying. Proven. After one season in the Premier League, yes. Good season in the Premier League, don't get me wrong. But is it fully proven for having one season? I don't know. Subscriber count going crazy right now. Yes, it is, Tom. Thank you very much. Everybody do hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with all the information on United this summer. We're covering everything. And like I said, we're even doing a watch-along for the pre-season friendly on Monday, where I'm going to be taking your call-ins to talk everything Manchester United while the game is actually going on as well. So watch-along special this Monday at 4:30, guys, as well. Madrid take it easy all season in La Liga and wait for the Champions League to play their best side. Not the best football. I thought they scraped through the Champions League. Not playing fantastic this season, I don't think. Barbie says, I hope Rashford doesn't adversely influence the youngsters. Not a role model to anyone. One season wonder, signed plenty of them, says Stephanie. I think she's talking about Branthwaite on that. Chiesa will be company for Mount and Shaw in the medical room. Adam, do a poll, and do we think we will win the Euros? No, I'm not even tempting fate, talking England or anything until the actual day. I don't want to. Stu says, Perez nowhere near the best league last season. Bundesliga has been for the past 2 years, in my opinion. Another of players linked to United. Love to see United go for Doué and Maximilian Bier. Doué definitely endorsed that deal at the price he is. Another up-and-coming player that will probably go for bigger money next summer. Have United got enough in the coffers to go and get him? That is the question, though, guys. That is the ultimate. A fully fit De Ligt, best partner for Martinez if he's fit too. Yeah, in my opinion. Two crocked centre-backs are apparently Manchester United's best partnership, according to you guys. We've had nearly 1,200 votes on this one. Which centre-back partners Martinez best? Who is the best centre-back partnership for Martinez? Branthwaite, De Ligt, or Yoro? It looks like De Ligt has landslided it. 58% of the votes, 10% to Branthwaite, and Yoro is coming second at 33%. So the two most injury-prone centre-backs at United, if we do sign De Ligt, are our best options. We could have said that with Varane, though, to be honest, couldn't we? Because Varane's record wasn't much better. 3-4-3, Adam, changing formation. Is this why we're looking at another centre-back? Possibly 2 or 3. Could well be. We got here. Yoro, Smalling in disguise. Don't know, Steve. Best partner would be Evans. Evans back in training, Johnny Evans as well. So I'm guessing that means he's going to be signing a contract if he's actually in pre-season training as well. 11 likes away from the 400, guys. Almost halfway to our target of 1,000. We've had well over 1,000 people in the chat with us for most of the stream, guys. I am going to end the video there because that is you completely up to date. We'll be back later on at 6:30 as always, unless any news breaks. In the meantime, we will be covering it here on FUTV. Really appreciate you all joining us again. Fantastic show. Great input from the live section. Get into the comments below, guys. I want to know who is the best partner for Lisandro Martinez. And give me your reasons why. Your chance to give me the detail and give me your feedback on that one, guys. I want to know. I want to know who fits best for Lisandro because he is our main defender. Everyone else, well, let's see. You tell me why. That's up to you. That's your challenge and your own work. Get in the comment section after the video ends in a second and let me know why he is the best partner for Lisandro Martinez. Everybody, that is it. Thank you. Subscribe. Make sure that you're up to date with everything. Give the video a like on the way out. And I'll see you all later this evening. 6:30, normal time, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Friday afternoon. The weekend is here, guys. Euro final on Sunday. Everyone, see you later. Have a good one.